there's a lot of you. I feel really nervous now. So, yeah, when I got asked to do this, at first I thought, no way, I don't want to stand in front of all those people and sort of share a little bit. But somebody in a meeting once said, if ever you get asked to do something like this, you must do it because you might be able to help somebody else on their journey. For me, when I arrived at Delamere, I was completely broken. Like, every part of me was just a complete mess. And I was ready for change, but the change I had in mind was learning how to control drink and drugs. It wasn't learning to actually stop. And that was a harsh lesson. Like, when I realised I was an addict, I'm never going to have control. I've never got an off switch. I never have had an off switch. That took a bit to get my head round. But the one thing that I was sure of was that I wanted to get off that hamster wheel of being completely dependable on cocaine. Like, I couldn't even get out of bed in the morning without a line. Couldn't look after my kids. Couldn't take them to school. You know, I literally couldn't function without a substance, and that had to stop. Like, how much longer can you continue living? Well, I wasn't living, it was like surviving, wasn't it? So the one thing I committed to was Delamere, and it was the first thing I've ever committed to properly in my life. And I really threw myself into it. I decided, you know, my parents are sort of one chance people, you know, they'll give me absolutely everything. They always have given me everything, but you don't abuse that and you don't take the piss, basically. So I wanted to make them proud. I wanted to feel part of the family again. And I literally did everything that this place has to offer, and I really threw myself into all of it. You know, I tried to take a little bit of something out of every single session, and I tried to take that forward into my recovery. And the big message that is told to us all is, like, the hard work starts when we get home, and it's that 28 days was probably the easiest part of my whole journey. But what I tried to create in Delamere was routine and structure, and something that I can take forward to at home. And, you know, I still live to this day with my future-proof plan that I did with Joe 13 months ago. And it works because I built a realistic plan and something that I can actually keep implementing in my life every day. But this is meant to be about recovery. And, like, for me, it's brought me so much. You know, yeah, there's days, well, I think about drink or drugs probably every day, but it's now just a thought. The obsession and compulsion's gone, and I can enjoy the good things in life. Like, my children are happy and healthy. You know, Cora's now got less anxiety. She's a carefree little girl, like she should be, because she's got her mum. Do you know what I mean? And that means a lot. I've brought my business back from it being on its knees to, you know, the business is flourishing now. I've achieved so much personally in terms of I've gone on to educate myself more, and I've done so many things to improve myself and my business, and, you know, none of that could be possible without sobriety. You know, I wouldn't be able to perform as well as I can if I wasn't sober. I'm fit and healthy, which I haven't been that for years and years. You know, I did a charity spin-a-thon back in June, where I literally was on a spin bike for 5.5 hours. I'd have died last year if I did that. Do you know what I mean? Like, the contrast is massive when you really look at where we came from and where we are now. You know, and I just want to continue with this. But for me, the person stood here now is totally different from Esther, who walked through the doors 13 months ago. Like, I don't recognise her anymore. It's took a bit to get used to the new me. You know, there's a lot of things in my life I do now that I used to mock and laugh at and think it's for the hippy dippies and all that sort of stuff. But, you know, it works. And I don't know what bits of my recovery are working, but I don't drop any of them because it is working. You know, I'm nearly 13 months sober now, and I think that's a miracle. And it's only been possible because of Delamere and the amazing things this place taught me. Gail, absolute legend, who I worked with so much. Jerome, I don't know where he is, but he was an absolute rock. And Fiona, those three people really carved my recovery. And yeah, I just feel at home when I come back here. Like, I'm really grateful. So thank you for everything.